Have you ever wondered why some people seem to burn fat effortlessly, while others struggle for months with no results? I've been there too. I was training, eating right, but the belly fat just wouldn't go away. That's when I realized the problem wasn't a lack of effort, it was the lack of a real method. This video gets straight to the point. No magic tricks or fake promises. You'll learn the 5 essential steps that truly work to get rid of belly fat. All based on real science, focused on consistency, smart training, and strategic nutrition. It's no use killing yourself in the gym if your sleep is a mess. And extreme diets that last a week won't take you far. What I'll show you is a realistic, sustainable plan that fits your lifestyle and still brings visible results. And if you're serious about transforming your body, we created an exclusive guide designed just for you. But it won't be available for long. I won't say more now. You'll understand exactly why when the moment is right. Alright, let's dive right in. Before we even talk about exercises or diets, we need to have a serious conversation about expectations. The title of this video might have brought you here looking for a quick fix, and I did that on purpose, to show you how easy it is to be drawn in by these claims. But my first and most important step for you is to understand that real, lasting change takes time. There are no shortcuts to a lean, defined midsection. Forget about 1 week. Think in terms of months of consistent, intelligent effort. That's the mindset shift you need to make right now. I want to share a bit more about my own path because I think it's important for you to see that everyone starts somewhere. Years ago, I wasn't the person you see today. I was carrying extra body fat, especially around my stomach, and I felt completely lost. I would look in the mirror and not recognize the person staring back. I tried every 30-day shred and 7-day ab challenge I could find online. I would starve myself for a few days, maybe lose a little water weight, and then binge, ending up right back where I started, or sometimes even worse off. The turning point for me was when I finally decided to stop looking for the easy way out. I buried myself in research, learning about human physiology, energy balance, and the principles of muscle growth. I realized that the secret wasn't a specific workout or a magic food. It was the boring, unsexy combination of a consistent caloric deficit, progressive resistance training, and patience. It was about showing up every single day, even when I didn't see immediate changes on the scale or in the mirror. This journey taught me that fitness is a marathon, not a sprint. The guys you see online with shredded physiques didn't get them in a week. They built them over years of discipline. They built habits. They made sacrifices. They understood that every meal, every workout, and every good night's sleep was a brick being laid in the foundation of their goal. And that's what I want to instill in you today. We are going to build your foundation, brick by brick. So the goal of this video is to be a beacon of truth in a sea of misinformation. I want to give you the tools and the knowledge that I wish I had when I first started. We're going to replace the empty promises with a solid, actionable plan. A plan that respects the process and, more importantly, respects your body. We're not just chasing a six-pack, we're chasing sustainable health, strength, and confidence. This is about empowerment. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of what it truly takes. You'll know how to set up your diet, how to structure your training, and how to manage your lifestyle to guarantee results over time. So, let's kill the idea of a 1-week transformation and start building a real one, a permanent one. Let's get to work. So, the big question is, if not 1 week, then how long does it actually take to see your abs? The answer is different for everyone, and depends entirely on your starting point, specifically, your body fat percentage. Your abs are already there, underneath a layer of subcutaneous fat. The entire game is about reducing that layer of fat until they become visible. For men, abs typically start to show around 15% body fat and become clearly defined around 10 to 12%. For women, the ranges are a bit higher, with abs starting to appear around 20% and looking sharp around 16 to 18%. To give you a concrete timeline, we need to look at the numbers. A safe, sustainable, and recommended rate of fat loss is about 1 pound per week. Trying to lose fat faster than that often leads to muscle loss, metabolic slowdown, and burnout, which is exactly what we want to avoid. Losing 1 pound of fat requires a cumulative deficit of approximately 3,500 calories. So, a 500-calorie deficit per day will result in about 1 pound of fat loss per week. We can use this as our baseline for a realistic estimate. Let's look at a chart. If you're a male starting at 30% body fat, you're not going to see your abs next month. To get down to that 10% mark where your abs are chiseled, you need to lose 20% of your body fat. If you weigh 200 pounds, that's 40 pounds of fat. At a rate of 1 pound per week, you're looking at a 40-week journey. That's almost 10 months. It sounds like a long time, but that is the reality of a significant transformation done correctly. Let's take another common example. Say you're a male at 24% body fat and weigh 180 pounds. Your goal is to get to a lean 10%. That's a 14% drop in body fat, which equates to about 25 pounds of fat to lose. At our sustainable rate of 1 pound per week, that's a 25-week journey. Now, could you accelerate it? Yes. By creating a larger deficit, you might be able to lose 1.5 pounds per week, which would shorten the timeline to around 17 weeks. However, this is more demanding and requires incredible discipline. The key takeaway here is to be honest with yourself about your starting point. Get a rough estimate of your body fat percentage. You can use online calculators, calipers, or even just visual comparison charts. Once you have that number, you can set a realistic timeline. This isn't meant to discourage you, it's meant to empower you. Knowing the real timeline protects you from the frustration of unrealistic expectations. It allows you to settle in for the journey and focus on the process, not just the end date. So find your starting point on this chart. Calculate your estimated timeline, write it down. This is your roadmap. Every week that you stick to the plan, you are one step closer. You're not just blindly hoping for results, you're executing a calculated plan. This is how you move from wishing for abs to systematically revealing them. Next, we'll talk about how to create that all-important caloric deficit. Everything we do from this point on is built on one single, non-negotiable principle: the caloric deficit. You cannot lose body fat without it. It's the law of thermodynamics. You must consume fewer calories than your body burns. All the fancy diets, keto, paleo, intermittent fasting, they are all just different methods for achieving this one goal. The most reliable way to ensure you're in a deficit is to track your intake. And the best tool for that, especially for beginners, is an app like MyFitnessPal. So, your first actionable step is to download MyFitnessPal right now. It's free, and it will become your best friend on this journey. The first thing you'll do is set up your profile, your age, gender, current weight, height, and activity level. Be honest with your activity level. If you work a desk job and plan to work out 3 to 4 times a week, select lightly active, not very active. Overestimating your activity level is a common mistake that leads to your calorie target being too high. Once your profile is set, the app will calculate your maintenance calories, the number of calories you need to eat daily to maintain your current weight. From there, we need to create our deficit. MyFitnessPal will ask for your goal. You should select lose 1 pound per week. This is the sweet spot. The app will automatically subtract approximately 500 calories from your daily maintenance number. This is your new daily calorie target. This number is your North Star. Now for the first week, your only job is to track everything. And I mean everything. Every bite of food, every splash of oil you cook with, every drink you have. You need to weigh your food with a food scale for accuracy. Don't eyeball it. You'd be shocked at how easy it is to underestimate portion sizes. A tablespoon of peanut butter is not a heaping scoop from the jar. This initial week of meticulous tracking is crucial. It's about building the habit and getting a real, honest picture of your current eating patterns. Don't worry about hitting your new calorie and macro targets perfectly in the first week. Just focus on the act of tracking. It will feel tedious at first, but it gets easier and faster as you go. You'll start to learn the caloric value of your favorite foods. You'll become more mindful of what you're putting into your body. This isn't about restriction, it's about awareness. You're gathering data, you're becoming a scientist of your own body. Consistency is 1,000,000 times more important than perfection. Don't get discouraged if you go over your calories one day. It happens. The key is to get right back on track with the next meal. Don't try to make up for it by starving yourself the next day. That creates a terrible cycle. Just acknowledge it, learn from it, and move on. The goal is to hit your weekly average deficit. One bad day won't ruin your progress if the other 6 days are on point. This is the foundation. Master this, and fat loss becomes inevitable. Once you have your daily calorie target, the next step is to figure out where those calories should come from. This is where macronutrients, protein, carbohydrates, and fats come into play. Just hitting a calorie number isn't enough if you want to look lean and muscular. We need to set our macros strategically to ensure we are losing fat, not precious muscle mass. When you're in a caloric deficit, your body is looking for energy, and it can just as easily break down muscle tissue as it can fat. Our goal is to prevent that. The most important macro for preserving muscle is protein. Protein provides the building blocks, amino acids, that your muscles need to repair and maintain themselves, especially when calories are low. A high-protein diet also promotes satiety, meaning it keeps you feeling fuller for longer, which is a huge advantage when you're fighting off hunger. The scientific literature and real-world evidence are clear on this. You need to set your protein intake high. A great target to shoot for is 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight, or at the very least, your current body weight. So if you weigh 180 pounds, you should be aiming for 180 grams of protein per day. Next up is dietary fat. Fat is not the enemy. It's essential for hormone production, including testosterone, which is vital for maintaining muscle and overall health. It also helps with the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. We don't want to cut fat too low. A good rule of thumb is to set your fat intake at around 20 to 25% of your total daily calories. So if your daily calorie target is 2,000 calories, 20% of that is 400 calories. Since fat has 9 calories per gram, you would divide 400 by 9, which gives you about 44 grams of fat per day. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, carbohydrates. Carbs are your body's primary and preferred source of energy. They fuel your workouts and replenish your muscle glycogen stores. Once you've set your protein and fat targets, the rest of your daily calories will be allocated to carbohydrates. Let's use our 180-pound person with a 2,000 calorie target as an example. 180 grams of protein is 720 calories. 180 times 4. 44 grams of fat is about 400 calories. 44 times 9. That's a total of 1,120 calories from protein and fat. So, 2,000 minus 1,120 leaves you with 880 calories for carbs. Since carbs have 4 calories per gram, you divide 880 by 4, giving you 220 grams of carbs per day. You can set these custom macro targets directly in the MyFitnessPal app. So your daily goal isn't just a calorie number anymore, it's a specific target for protein, fat, and carbs. This structure ensures that while you're losing weight, you're providing your body with everything it needs to hold on to muscle, keep your hormones in check, and have enough energy to train hard. This is the difference between just getting skinny and getting lean and athletic. Focus on getting your protein from lean sources like chicken breast, fish, lean beef, eggs, and whey protein. For fats, prioritize healthy sources like avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. And for carbs, stick to complex, whole food sources like oats, potatoes, rice, and vegetables. This approach to nutrition provides a powerful framework for success. It's not just about eating less, it's about eating smart. We've established your calorie target and we've set your macros. You have the perfect nutritional plan on paper. But let me tell you a hard truth. The perfect plan is worthless if you don't follow it. The single biggest factor that separates those who succeed from those who fail is consistency. It's not about being perfect for 1 week, it's about being good enough, consistently, for months. This is where the real work begins. It's the daily grind. Discipline is a muscle, and you need to train it every single day. The motivation you feel right now watching this video will fade. It always does. You can't rely on motivation to get you through this journey. You have to rely on discipline. Discipline is what gets you to weigh your food when you're tired. It's what makes you choose the grilled chicken over the pizza when you're out with friends. It's what keeps you on track after a bad day. Think of your fat loss journey like saving money. One day of saving a little bit doesn't make you rich, but saving a little bit every single day for a year will create a significant sum. Your caloric deficit works the same way. A 500 calorie deficit in 1 day is insignificant, but a 500 calorie deficit every day for a month results in 4 pounds of fat loss. It's the cumulative effect of your daily actions that creates incredible results over time. To build this consistency, you need to make it as easy as possible for yourself. This is where meal prepping comes in. Dedicate a few hours 1 or 2 days a week to cook your meals in bulk. Cook your protein, portion out your carbs, and have healthy snacks ready to go. When you're hungry and tired after a long day, the last thing you want to do is cook a healthy meal. It's so much easier to order takeout. But if you have a perfectly portioned, macro-friendly meal waiting for you in the fridge, you make the right choice, the easy choice. Another key is to plan for social situations. You don't have to become a hermit. Look at the restaurant menu online before you go. Find a healthier option that fits your macros. You can often find a grilled protein source and some vegetables. Don't be afraid to ask for sauces on the side or for your food to be prepared a certain way. You are in control. And if you know you're going to have a more calorie-dense meal, you can plan for it by eating lighter earlier in the day to save up some calories. Ultimately, this comes down to a promise you make to yourself. You are committing to a process. There will be days you struggle, there will be plateaus, there will be times you want to quit. That's normal. The key is to not let a single bad meal turn into a bad day, or a bad day turn into a bad week. Acknowledge it, reset, and get back to the plan with your very next meal. Consistency is your superpower. It's what will carry you all the way to your goal. Nutrition is what reveals your abs, but resistance training is what builds them, and the rest of your physique in the first place. A common mistake people make when trying to lose belly fat is focusing solely on cardio and ab exercises. While those have their place, the cornerstone of your training program must be resistance training, lifting weights. This is non-negotiable for achieving a lean, toned, and athletic look. Body recomposition, the process of losing fat while building or maintaining muscle, is impossible without it. When you're in a caloric deficit, your body is in a catabolic state, meaning it's breaking things down for energy. Lifting weights sends a powerful signal to your body to preserve muscle mass. It tells your body, hey, we need this muscle, it's being used. Go burn that stored body fat for energy instead. Without this signal, your body will happily shed both fat and muscle, leaving you with a smaller but still soft version of your previous self, the dreaded skinny fat look. So how should you structure your training? If you are a beginner, the best approach is a full body split, performed 3 to 4 times per week on non-consecutive days, for example Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This allows you to stimulate all your major muscle groups multiple times per week, which is optimal for growth and muscle preservation. It also gives your body ample time to recover between sessions, which is crucial when you're in a caloric deficit. Your full body routine should be built around big compound movements. These are multi-joint exercises that work multiple muscle groups at once. Think squats, deadlifts, bench presses, overhead presses, and rows. These exercises are the most efficient use of your time in the gym. They burn more calories than isolation exercises, stimulate more overall muscle, and have a greater hormonal response, all of which are beneficial for fat loss and muscle retention. If you're more of an intermediate or advanced lifter, you've likely already built a solid foundation of muscle. For you, a higher frequency split can be more effective. A popular and highly effective option is the push-pull legs, or PPL split. You would train 5 to 6 days a week, hitting push muscles, chest, shoulders, triceps, on one day, pull muscles, back, biceps on another, and legs on the third, then repeating the cycle. This allows for more volume and focus on each muscle group. Regardless of your split, the goal remains the same. Train with intensity and focus on getting stronger over time. Your workouts are the stimulus that tells your body to change. Don't just go through the motions. Every rep, every set should be performed with purpose. Remember, we're not just trying to burn calories in the gym, we are sculpting our body. Diet will handle the fat loss, but the gym is where you build the physique that will be revealed underneath.